It's a pocket passer. The great matchup. Hutch is going to get home. That wide receiving core terrifies me because low-key, they don't have the household names, but they got some good-ass players, man.
The old Al Davis, just win, baby. I don't care how you do it.
Why are we becoming bitch asses in Detroit? We're supposed to be all swolled up. We're supposed to be the D. When a guy asks an innocent question like that, you say, oh, he's hating on Lions. That shows that we are soft as a community, and I'm not going to stand for it.
Lions, DC Commanders. I'm speaking that into existence. Terry, what are the Lions? Like, I know we're talking about philosophically and Dan Campbell and coaching and coordinators and all. What do they got to do on the field to win?
I thought you were going to say what do they have to do on the field. To win. They have to win. Period.
However that happens.
One, the Commanders do have a very good wide receiver room. So I think two keys, the same as every game. Put heat on the quarterback. Carson Wentz is not going to scramble on you. And Swift or whoever's at running back has to run the ball effectively. You know, try to average 5 yards per carry if that's possible.
Which is about what we've seen them do. That's been the book on them. Luda Corp's YouTube chat thread. I'd wait 14 hours to give Neil an Alec Vila autographed cream of wheat box. But D-Mac, like I keep hearing this though, right? Like this is a great matchup for the Lions. It's a pocket passer. The great matchup. Hutch is going to get home. The front four is going to get home. That's I keep hearing that. But as I get closer to this game, that wide receiving core terrifies me because low-key, they don't have the household names, but they got some good-ass players, man. They do.
No, they have a solid team.
And it's going at the biggest weakness of the Lions team.
Well, exactly. And if you look at last week, right, if we're going to sit here and Aiden Hutchinson, right, wasn't the debut he wanted. Right, Malcolm Rodriguez, you'd say yes, and even Jeff Okudah, 4 passes defended, no receptions by Devontae Parker. That is a positive. But what Terry's point, they got to go out and win the game and go out and play. It's the same thing for Michigan State, for Michigan, and for the Lions. They all need big W's this weekend.
The Lions can look like crap just as long as they win.
They can look like crap. We'll break it down how they're going to improve. The number one they got to improve is coaching decisions. They can't. We've said this all along, right? They're in no position to make a mistake,
right?
With a challenge.
Everything
timeout.
Is thin.
Everything is so thin ice. So it goes back to, the mental mistakes on false starts or offsides or stuff like this. They got to clean that up to give themselves the opportunity to win. Now, it sets up when you're looking at matchup because you got Aiden Hutchinson coming off a game where he knows he's got to be better. This sets up well for the Lions and the Lions defense. But it's all about winning the game. We can break down how they won the game, but at the end of the day, it's the old Al Davis, just win, baby. I don't care how you do it.
Right.
But one other thing about this game is, to me, this is the first regular season game. Last week was like preseason football. All around the league, people were awful. People were jumping off sides, not just the Lions. People were making stupid mistakes. They were getting tired.
Timing looked off. Yeah.
Timing was off. That's because nobody really played in the preseason. And every fan in every city, saying, why didn't you play more in the preseason? Because we wanted to be healthy. It was more important to be healthy than sharp. So now, last week was kind of a garbage week. This week, to me, is the first regular season game in terms of seeing what a team is really all about.
On the YouTube chat thread, Juice's Ghost, we talking Michigan or Lions. Why is Neil hating? I'm not hating. I'm just asking the question. What do they have to do to win on the field? Because make no mistake, guys, and I'm sorry in advance. Maybe this is hating. I don't know. You go to 0-2 and you got to go to Minnesota, it's a wrap. The math says it's a wrap. History says it's a wrap. The makeup of this current roster says it's a wrap. The fact you're paying $18 million to Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers on this year's cap and $750,000 to Jelani Tavai makes it a wrap. All those factors make. I'm gonna adjust that, Sam Flannel. $19 million to Trey Flowers, Jamie Collins, and Jelani Tavai. That's what we're doing.
Man, doesn't that just make you want to throw up in your mouth a little bit? That just shows how bad it was, how bad the salary was, and the job that Brad Holmes had to do. And honestly, for me, if the key for the Lions to winning is, one, you got to pressure Carson Wentz. If those wide receivers have time for their routes to develop and Carson Wentz can just sit back in a clean pocket, the Lions defense is going to give up a ton of points.
That's a non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
You have to. If you don't, the biggest strength, the biggest advantage that the DC Commanders have over you has time to play out. That's a non-negotiable.
Oh, absolutely. And the one thing that I don't think is getting talked about enough in the last game is the first drive they drove right down the field 7-0. And the next 3 drives, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. You can't have that. You have
and what
to be
happened
more
on
consistent.
the 4th drive, brother?
Pick 6.
Yeah,
Pick
pick
6.
6. Yeah, just like a cornucopia of bad drives, and you have to be consistent. You have to put together drive after drive after drive. And I think that the Washington Commanders defense is not as good as the Eagles defense. They're missing Chase Young. I think this is set up for the Lions to bounce back, but they have to show us.
I had a conversation yesterday which was very eye-opening to me with Braylon Edwards about during the week, about when you look at the practice report and which day is the most important, like when you see guys that are limited or miss or whatever. And, I asked him a question, and he said, like, Thursday, if guys are missing practice, at the least you want to see them limited, because that's, the Thursdays when you implement all your plays not in the red zone. So taking it down the field, doing the things that you were talking about after scoring the first drive, those next 3 drives, sustaining drives, and when guys aren't in there, that can go against it. So when you see limited practice, and then today it's like red zone work and stuff like this, where he was explaining a veteran guy, on a Friday, and when it's the red zone work, if it's, say, for a Buffalo, your star guy like a Stephon Diggs, well, he knows what he's got to do, right? So he doesn't need him that much. But when you see a younger team and more inexperienced team, or a team like the Lions, when you're missing guys, and I'm not saying that it's more important for DeAndre Swift to be healthy going into the game than it is to practice, but that could be something to it from guys that are missing these different plays to the synergy of the rest of the game. So I thought that was really important. Now, I'm not saying that you want everybody available on Sunday. That's the number one key. But if we can see guys that are more healthy throughout the season during the week and participating in practice, that could go to the consistency of them moving the ball.
Levon Green, our YouTube chat thread, says, Neil, it's only hating if you say it behind their back, but you're telling it to their face. Juice's Ghost says, your tone came in hot to start, homie. No, I got it. It's Friday, man.
Can I have a private conversation with Neil for a second,
sure,
fellas? Pardon me. Now, you simply asked the question, what must the Lions do to win, correct?
Yes.
And you're being accused of being a hater for saying that.
Yes.
All right. Let me now address the rest of Detroit. If you think that, why are we becoming bitch asses in Detroit? We're supposed to be all swolled up. We're supposed to be the D. We're tough and everything. When a guy asks an innocent question like that, you say, oh, he's hating our Lions. How dare he? That shows that we are soft as a community, and I'm not going to stand for it.
No, and is it, I guess, is it because there's a dose of reality to it? Here's what I'm learning, Terry, and we'll discuss this when we talk about the J.J. McCarthy thing. Fear
and the Michigan Championship national title.
Fear manifests itself in many different forms.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I think that the reason that people label you a hater when you talk about the Lions, or I'm a hater when I talk about Aiden Hutchinson, to say he has to be a central part for them to win this football. He does, guys, because what did Sam Flannel say? What's the biggest factor that the Lions have to do to win this game?
They have to get after Carson Wentz and pressure him.
That's the biggest thing they have to do.
And knock his ass on the ground.
He's a central part of that. That's not hating. That's what it is. And I'm not, again, if it doesn't work out, I'm not saying shut it down and trade everybody and fire the coach and all that stuff. I'm living in the moment right now. That's what I want to get to. The moment is this season. And there are people that believe. Ryan Ermanni and Edwards, 2-4 here at Woodward Sports. It's calling for a division championship. Looked you in the eye.
Guess what we get
and
to
said
do?
That.
We get to make fun of them in January.
Right,
when it doesn't happen.
Okay, but he's not alone to where some people out there thought the Lions could have a good season. All I'm talking about is to get to there, you have to have this. And if you do not get this, you can't get to there. You see, I'm being in a vacuum right now. There is no agenda. There's no hate with that. To get to that, you have to win this football game.
You brought a great point. Fear brings out different reactions. It's a fight or the flight. This is the sort of the fight back at you. But Terry nailed it. Are we that soft? The beauty of this game, though, is that if I was going to look back and say, well, last game with Jalen Hurts or the mobile quarterback, Aiden Hutchinson should concentrate on the containment. We saw that from the tape. With this one, if Carson Wentz not being mobile, we should see that pressure to let him go. I would expect that we're going to see this defensive unit and Aaron Glenn. What is Aaron Glenn? Is he not like down in the druthers to everything else, given 33 points first 2 games? Like, he's got to come back with a superior game plan that puts his guys in the right position to knock Carson Wentz off the spot.
That may be accurate, but you're being negative. Stop it.
How am I being negative?
No, but see, I think here's what I think, though.
I'm sorry. That's called winning, Terry. Yeah. That's called winning. Negativity is called winning. Expectations.
Right. Here's what I want. I want people to hold the Detroit Lions to the same standards they hold the Tigers, the Pistons, and the Red Wings. Because I remember back in the day when the Wings made the Western Conference Finals, you know what I heard around town? So?
It's not good enough.
Right. When the Pistons made 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals, people say, I don't like this team.
Joe Dumars is an awful GM.
Right.
There's still people at this network that think that.
So, but the Lions
Easy.
almost beat.
He doesn't think he's awful. He just doesn't think he's great.
Who they play last week? They almost beat they're playing
Eagles.
Washington. They played Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They almost beat Philadelphia. Let's have a parade.
Lions
And don't
fan.
you dare say that this is the same old Lions, because it's not. They're good. You don't see what's happening, but I do.
But there it is, and that fear of them not being good manifests itself when you ask the tough questions. Because, again, it's a pass-fail scenario.